Okay, so today I'm gonna be solving 955 delete columns to make sorted. It's today daily Leetcode problem. So that idea, I have like strings, and I need to make those strings. I have array of strings. I need to make these strings sorted lexigraphically, and if they might not be sorted now, but by removing columns that are not that are avoiding that are kind of contradicting this rule, so that like that the strings are sorted lexigraphically, I can make, like, by removing specific columns that contradicted, I can make those strings sorted lexigraphically. So the question is, like, what's the number of what's the minimum number of columns I can remove to make those strings ordered in array. So here I'm gonna have this CB and then BB and then AC, and then for the first column I'm gonna start traversing it and comparing the current one to the previous one, starting from index I is equal 1 up to the n minus 1, where n is like number of strings. So I compare B and C, and I already see that, okay, there is a contradiction, and it means that, okay, I need to exclude this column. And then let's say I have here A, and then I go to the second one column. So res gonna be +1 for this column because I'm excluding it. And then I'm comparing like the columns here. I'm gonna have this one, A is less than B, and then B is less than C. So this is gonna be the right column, and that one should be indeed used. Should be indeed used, and the answer will be just result equals 1. So the next example, let's say we have this one example, Z, Y, X, and then W, V, U, and then T, S, R. So I check the first column and already see contradiction. So that is greater than W. So this column should be avoided, and then res +1. Then I check the next column, so Y, V, S. So we have R, S, T, U, W, and then X, Y, Z. So in this case, V should stay before W, and here like it stays after. So it means they also cross, and then here result +1, and then I'm gonna check this X, and then U, and X and U also. U should be first, and then X second. So like this column should also be excluded, so it's gonna be +1. So the total result gonna be equal 3. So that's the idea. Let's say if I have column that's all. Let's say I have something like this: X, Y, Z, and that's here B, let's say C, B, A, and then I'm gonna check the first column, and then I see clearly that X is less than Y, and then Y less than Z, and it means that I should exclude this column from a comparison next time, and then I should exclude this column from a comparison next time, and then only compare like the one that's, let's say, less than Y, and then Y less than Z. And it means that I should exclude this column from a comparison next time, and then only compare like the one that's, let's say, less than Y, and then Y less than Z. And it means that I should exclude this column from a comparison next time, and then only compare like the one that's, let's say, that's not included in this set. And then if I go to the next column, I'm gonna check if I should compare the B and C and not. I shouldn't, because it's already been compared, like, and it has been already kind of decided that XC should be less than YB based on the first character. And then the next one, I'm gonna check if A and B should be compared here. And then the answer is no, because row 2 was already excluded, because Z, Y and B is less than Z and A based on the first letter, and that the fact that there is like after the first letter there is so kind of letters that contradict this equation sign. I still don't care, because the first letter ordering matches unless they are like, say, unless they are like XA, and then I need to find the order between XA and say XB. In this case they are equal, so I cannot, in case like this, this I have, let's say, XA and then XB, and then I compare it for this column, and then X is equal X. In this case I wouldn't be adding this row to a skip rows, because next iteration I need to compare this A and B, and this, let's say we have a case like XB and XA, and then X is equal X, and then I'm not adding this skip row to the skip rows. So the next column gonna verify that A is less or equal B, and then it should be kind of, A should be excluded in this case because there is no order. So that's the idea, is like to go column by column, and then if the column is like ordered, if the all characters in the column is ordered, so let's say if there's a A1, A2, A3, and then AN, so that all characters ordered, I mean that there is this this sign between the neighboring rows. So it's like the previous one is less or equal than the current one character. So I say I, and then this one gonna be I minus 1. This should be true, and if this is true, then it means that okay, this column is correct and can be considered and should be considered for the final result. And then I cannot like I should not skip this column or like remove this column, because it's basically valid. Or otherwise, if I have kind of this sign for at least one, like 2 neighboring rows, then this column should definitely be excluded, and then I'm gonna add ref plus 1 to the result. So going to the implementation, I'm gonna go for, they have len star equals len, then strs 0, and then for j in range len star, I'm gonna go for I in range 1 up to len strings. I'll do, so I have this skip rows, and then equals set, and then here gonna be result equals 0, and then I'll check if, let's say, if order of the stairs I is greater or equal, so I and then j is greater than or equal than order of previous row, same column character, then I'm gonna just I'm gonna add that to the temporary skip. So it's gonna be car skip rows equals set. So I'm gonna add it to the car skip rows, add I, and then here if I in skip rows, then I'm gonna continue, and then otherwise if the order is valid, I'm gonna add it to the current skip rows, or if else like if the order is like less or equal less, if the current one character and current row and then current column is less than character from a previous row of the same column, then I'm gonna go say should add skip rows equals true, and then in this case I'm gonna have should add skip rows equals false, and then I'm gonna go break, and then in the end I wanna check, okay, what's my what's my set of so in this one, in case okay, and then I'm gonna have increment result +1. So I'm skipping this column in case like the order is broken, and then in the end I'm gonna go for row in car skip rows. I wanna add that to the skip rows. Skip rows dot add and then row, and then I'm gonna return the result. So that's should be it. And then this one only if the should add skip rows, then I'm gonna add those. Okay, something like this, and then I'll submit. So in this case it's gonna be ABCD. So this one is fine. Is it fine? X, Y, Z. So X here is before Y. Okay, that's true. And then G, B, C, F, G, H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, this one should be removed, and if that one is removed, and this one already checked. Why am I still rechecking it? Because of this sign. Let's use this to the use case. No. Output in SV. Oh, it's other sign. If it's... Oh, no, that's fine. Let's check, let's move it like this one. So the previous one should be less than the current one. And then if it's equal, if if the previous one is greater than the current one, then I'm gonna be like use this. Okay, that was interesting bug. I forgot that I was talking about that actually here, like when we have like the same value on the first column. Then I said that okay, I shouldn't add it to the skip rows because like following columns should be also checked. And here I was like, first of all was messed up with this sign, and second of all like was still adding that when I should have none. Okay, that's gonna be it. Let's run it again, see what it's gonna show. Okay, so what's the time complexity of this one? So the time complexity of this algorithm gonna be time. I need to go off rows, or like, okay, off rows where rows is like number of strings multiply on the len of the string, because there is like a loop that goes for the every column and then for the every neighboring for every row. And here we have a constant time, and the space in this case is going to be space gonna be of 1, and that's gonna be it. Okay, that was the solution.